This is going to be the Parasite video you need, but it may not be the one you wanted. I don't make a ton of Parasite content because I end up getting photos like this in my email, but for better or for worse, I'm the guy your doctor calls when they can't figure out what's going on and they suspect weird animals in the wrong place inside your body. And I don't mean fun stuff like the hamster in the toilet paper tube, that's a different video. I hate to break this to you, but what you passed is probably not a worm. If you took a parasite cleanse, most likely it was just harsh laxatives and what you saw in your toilet bowl was intestinal epithelial lining, aka pieces of your intestine, or vegetable fibers covered in snot.
Ew, what?
I know it looks like a worm, and I believe you that you feel better. And I can explain both of these things and also give you some ideas for what to do in the future that don't involve taking herbs that are frankly dangerous. The biggest problem in the world of parasitology is that the diagnostics are not very good. If you go to your doctor and talk about having worms, you can get this thing called an O&P test. This is where a lab tech who may or may not be having a good day looks at a little piece of your poop under a microscope and tries to find evidence of worms or eggs. It's not the most reliable test, which is why some doctors, even the most conservative mainstream doctors you've never thought of would do this, will actually prescribe antiparasitic medication based solely on symptoms and history. These medicines are actually quite effective. Nothing is 100%, but when people call my office and ask about parasite treatment, my staff will actually ask them first if they've been treated by a conventional medical system, because when these things work, they are faster, cheaper, and more effective than natural medicine. And I sell herbs for a living. If the herbs worked faster, better, and less expensively, I would tell you. But before you put down the money for boutique herbal medicine, or take harsh, dangerous laxatives that you found on the internet, at least have a conversation with your primary and see if an O&P test is warranted. Now, if the medicine doesn't work, or you can't get a good diagnosis and treatment, because the tests aren't that good, and you can't get anybody to treat you, but you have all the symptoms and history that would lead a rational clinician to believe that you have a parasite, I will most likely treat you like you do, and we can use herbs in that situation. This is a real thing that happens, and it is way overemphasized on social media, but I have found as a clinician that listening to and believing my patients generally results in better outcomes than not. But there is way too much emphasis on the internet placed on parasites being the cause of all illness, and they're not. If you had a lot of bloating, fatigue, and bowel problems, and after using harsh laxatives you passed a lot of mucus and felt better, you may have just had a lot of excess biofilm. This is extremely common, and that biofilm can harbor a lot of less than helpful bacteria, yeast, and viruses that will make you feel not very good. And if after your cleanse you ate a very simple diet of cooked vegetables, delicious brothy soups, porridge, and kitchery, you're preferentially feeding the good bugs that will help your health improve dramatically. But the thing that you'll see if you Google ropeworm, it's not a worm. It is usually intestinal lining or banana fiber covered in snot, and there are much safer and more gentle ways of getting that out of your body.